Hey there, it's Carlos. So, another pickup video. There's actually a bunch of stuff. I've been pleasantly surprised this week. It looks like all the stuff that I was kind of waiting on. Not all of it came in for sure, but we definitely had a couple of days where the mailbox was filled up a little bit. So I separated everything out. Pretty much all of it is eBay stuff, so I'm going to go through it. No big preamble today just because there's a lot of stuff to get through. I've got a couple of things that I want to talk about, but I'll separate that out for a different video, so we'll do just straight to the pickups here today. So first one, this is actually part of a lot that I got, 4 cards. So this is the artifacts from this year's artifacts. These are the red parallels to $3.99. So Kucherov, Clayton Keller, and Connor Hellebuck. Now, I didn't buy the lot for these cards. I actually bought the lot for the 4th card, and we'll get to that in a couple of moments. This next one is kind of a bit of a random card, but I'll explain. So we got a Jordan Love. This is 2020, well, I want to say, yeah, 2020 Prizm Draft Picks. This is the Silver Prizm card. So it may or may not be known based on some of the more recent videos on the channel. If you go back in the archives a little bit, I'm a Packer fan, so I don't get to collect too many of the cards. I picked this one up not so much because I am 100% confident in Jordan Love's future in Green Bay, but more like a kind of a curiosity and kind of a memento of this time period. I have a couple more thoughts on this player and kind of the Packers draft this year, but when he ended up being drafted in the first round, I thought, you know what, let me grab this one as a bit of a memento. So we'll see what happens with this guy. Like I said, I have more thoughts on it, but I'll save that for another video. But for now, just know that I've got this one in my collection as a bit of a curiosity just for fun. And I got a decent price on it for now, and we'll see in the long run if even that was overpaying for it. But anyway. Okay, next card is going to be for the Jamie Benn collection. So we ended up picking up this one on eBay as well. Let me just help the focus out a little bit. So this is actually an SP Authentic, and I got to put it in a new top loader as well. But this one's a patch card out of 10. For SP Authentic, and this is the 2018-2019 SP Authentic Hockey. These things are available super cheap. Like, it's ridiculous how inexpensive some of these Jamie Benn cards are. But this one's a nice one, a nice little 2-color patch. And out of 10, I can't complain too much about that. Now, this next one is kind of an unfortunate thing that worked out okay, but this is kind of a cautionary tale for folks on eBay. Do not do this. So this is a 2005-2006 Upper Deck Game Jersey Modano. So I ended up picking up, I'm waiting on the other one, but I ended up picking up the 2 different versions of the Modano jersey card from that year. Now, what you're looking at right here in this top loader, in this penny sleeve, is exactly the way I got it. This was thrown inside of a bubble mailer. And according to the seller themselves, they were supposed to put this in a top loader, in a penny sleeve, and then put it in a bubble mailer, but they literally just threw this, penny sleeve and all, no team bag, nothing, inside of the padded mailer and the bubble mailer. And it's just fortunate that somehow this managed not to get dented, scratched, and beaten up all to hell. So I'm debating on exactly what I'm going to do about that. I'm tempted to give a negative, but in the end I got the card and the price was fine. But do not do that if you are an eBay seller. That's all I'm saying about that. So this was the card that came as part of that 4-card lot that I started off with. So there's the Modano out of the red one out of $3.99 as well. These are not super crazy. Usually, sometimes buying them in a lot is a little bit less expensive when you take shipping into account. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this other 3 cards. Maybe I'll just give them away to somebody or sell them for a couple of bucks at some point. But for now, I just wanted this one, so it came as part of the lot. This next card is not expensive at all, but it's kind of a fun card. I enjoy these. So this is from 2017-2018. This is the Gold Leaf Legends card. And you can see that is just a nice, shiny card. So these are unnumbered. Nothing too crazy going on, but Leaf does produce some nice cards when they want to, and I love when they use a kind of foil like this, and we get the nice rainbow effect. Just a nice card to have. And I'm filling out some of the more recent Modanos. I've got a lot of gaps in that checklist, and I put one together just to kind of see, and I can see that there's a lot of cards in the more modern ones that I'm going to be able to pick up. Fortunately, a lot of them are inexpensive, so it's nice to pick up cards like this. They're at least fun to look at. So there's another nice one. This one here is to fill in some of those late 90s holds that I've still got in my collection. So this is $98.99 UD3. And this is actually the last card that I needed. So card number 159 that I needed in order to complete that. The only card that's missing is that one of the 3 of them have a die-cut version, but that particular die-cut version is numbered to 1. So that one is not, I may get it down the road, but there are 6 cards total, 3 die-cuts and 3 regulars. So now I've got all 3 of the regular ones and 2 out of the 3 of the die-cuts. I'm going to consider that complete for now, because anytime there's a 1 of 1 missing, it's one of those things where either I'll be able to get my hands on it at some point, or never. So I'm not going to worry about it too much, but it's nice to basically fill out one of the sets. So there's another late 90s one to add to the collection. This next group all came as part of one lot, so I picked this up on eBay, which is always nice, filling it in. So this is the in the game used. This is the base card. This is actually not numbered, but it's 100 copies. So it's kind of nice to have this as part of that. At some point I'll show off the different cards that I have for this series because I have most of the cards for Modano in the series, and there's a lot of them. So I'll show you at some point, but just know that for some reason one of the ones I was missing was the base card. And this one is a really nice base card as well. This is for captaincy. Now just look at this thing. See if I can get focus on it. I love that it's got a nice pattern in the background to go along with that kind of rainbow shine to it. And I think these cards are also are under 100 copies. I'll take a base card like this any day. These are just good looking cards. And there's a gold version out of 50, which are not too tough to come by. And I'll probably pick that up as well, just to have the pair. That's a cool card. And this one here is kind of nice. So this is the Essential Credential. This is the EX. So this is a later version. Obviously there are the EX 2000s, 2001s. So this is kind of in that spirit where you've got the see-through cards and kind of the rainbow foil and everything going on. Just a good looking card, and it feels like it's multi-layered, and it's actually got a little bit of depth to it because this is like another layer on top of the plastic. And as you can see, the name and everything shines, and it's all very reflective. Again, as a base card, you gotta love stuff like this. Not gonna spend too much time on it, but I just wanted to show you. So this is from the 90s Decade set from In the Game. So you got two different versions of Modano, both base cards. And I think there's one that's a duel with him and Mary Lemieux that I don't have yet, so at least that's 2 out of 3 of those. This is the Gold Crown die cuts, so a nice little die cut die cut insert. And then this one, again a die cut card. This is Stereotex, another nice card out of the collection. Filling in some of these early 2000s specific as well. There's a lot of them too. Okay, just a couple of more. So these are a couple of oversized cards before I get into kind of the main event cards of this mail day. So first we got this one here. So this is opening day issue from Donruss Priority. I've got most of the cards for this series as well. So these are limited to 1,000 copies. So you can see 1 of 1,000. And you can see they use kind of the stamp because they keep kind of that postage theme. So these are pretty cool looking cards. And part of the reason why I wasn't surprised, I would say, but obviously with the way things are right now, the postal service is really kind of slowed down. So things kind of piled up and stacked. Some of the cards that you're going to see in this mail day have been kind of sitting around for a month through the mail. And this is domestic, not even international. And I wasn't too surprised that things were slower, but it was kind of crazy how long it was taking. And then I figured with that happening, it would be kind of more of an avalanche rather than a couple of packages coming in here and there. And that's kind of what happened. Now this one here's a kind of a fun one. So this is the base card, 5x7 from 97-98 Zenith. So that one is going to go with the one that I already had previously, where I got the silver one, the Silver Impulse. So now I'm just missing the Gold Impulse, which is numbered to 100, which is really a tough one. But I'm just glad to have these. Kind of fun cards. And both are uncut. And I don't know if I've mentioned it to you. If for whatever reason you haven't seen one of my videos before, I've explained in the past that the deal with these is these were the Dare to Tear. So what happened a lot of times is that people would cut a slot here, and there's actually a card inside of both of these, even the silver one. And it could be anything. It could be another silver card, it could be a base card, or it could even be a gold out of 100, which would be a super tough one. And it's one of those things. There could very well be a very expensive card inside one of these because the Z golds are super tough. But the thing is, you just don't know, and you'd have to cut it open to find out. And to be honest, I'm going to leave these alone. I'm just going to have to live with the knowledge that I just won't know what's inside. All right, last kind of regular card before I get to the main event here. And there's actually a couple of main events, so it's kind of fun. So this one is a 97-98 Pinnacle Craft Dinner card. So these actually came in boxes of Craft Dinner. And I think you actually have to cut it out of the box if memory serves me. I remember this from that year. So I didn't actually have the Modano, and it was nice to get this one out of the way because it's a nice little food issue. And they were nice enough to tie it up in a little bag here for me. I got to get some large top loaders to house cards like this. All right, so the cards that remain are kind of a little bit more limited and some more fun, and some of them have a little bit of a story to them, but I'll go through a couple of them with you. So first one is 2001-2002 SP Game Used Edition, so it's a patch card. Nice clean design, nice patch, numbered to 50. That's just a cool card. So that came as part of a 2-card lot that I picked up from a Modano collector who's been liquidating some of the collection, and I've been getting some of the nice pieces from them. And I'll show you another card that I got from this separately from that one. This one's a great one as well. So this is 97-98. Again, my favorite year. So this is Donruss Limited. This is the double team. So it's two-sided. It's a limited exposure with Roman Turek and Modano. Yeah, Roman Turek. Yeah. I almost forgot there for a second. So now with this one, I'm actually complete. All the cards from Donruss Limited this year, all 3 versions of the Limited Exposure, and all 3 versions of the base card. So that's pretty sweet. Okay, so that all came from the same seller. Now this one's from a different seller here. So this is from, I believe, 0809 UD Black. So this is a dual patch card with Modano and Jeremy Roenick. Really nice card, really nice patch. So this is a patch from the Phoenix Coyotes and obviously the Dallas Stars. Just some good looking cards, and this one's numbered to 25. Another cool addition, and I love the UD Black cards in general, especially the autograph ones. Alright, we're getting down to some fancy cards now. So all these are going to be pretty limited. So these last couple I'm saving the best for last year. So now we're doing 2007, 2008. So this is the In the Game Ultimate Memorabilia. Obviously I already put in one of these Beckett style holders. And this is the Modano Gold autograph. So this is number 5 of 10. So I have the regular version of the autograph, and now I have the gold version out of 10 to go along with it. Pretty sweet. Another autograph for the Modano collection as well. So I'm going to do this one, and then I'll finish off with 2 Pacific cards to finish off this pickups video. So this is a brand new one from 2018-2019. This is In the Game Used Hockey, and this one is a In the Name Used letter card. So it is a patch card with part of the nameplate. It is number 3 of 5. Now the thing you need to know is with Leaf, obviously they're unlicensed, but when it comes to a card like this, and Upper Deck did the same thing with a similar type of card, you don't need to do anything special as far as having a player's picture anywhere. It's enough just to have it, and this is a game used piece. But it is just a cool looking card, and like I said, it's number 3 of 5. So that's a nice limited piece and a great addition to the collection. Normally this would be the highlight card, but there's a couple here that I want to show you that are kind of fun for me. One of them isn't nearly as fancy, but the last one I really like, and I think is a good one to end the pickup video on. But that's pretty good for 3rd from the top. All right, 2nd to last card. So I'll show it to you and I'll explain. So this right here is an Aurora 98-99 Championship Fever. So this one here is kind of a pretty basic card for the most part, although you got kind of the nice etching of the player in this foil part here. It is kind of neat, but it isn't too crazy. Now, I'll show you something first. So these are the ones that I already had coming into it. There's your base version, the gold out of the gold that is unnumbered. Then you got the red version. This is not numbered as well. Then you got the ice blue version. Now this is the first one that's numbered, or the second one that's numbered, and it's numbered like this. It's numbered out of 100. There's also silver out of 250 that I don't have, but I had these 3 already. And now the copper one that I'm adding to the collection today, this is actually the toughest one. This is numbered to 20. And like I said, with that in the collection now, I'm just missing the silver one, and I've got a complete run. So that's pretty sweet. That's the reason why I saved that towards the end. It is one of the more limited cards in the pickups here. But, so with all that, I've got a limited autograph out of 10. I've got a letter patch card out of 5. I've got that card out of 20 to nearly complete a rainbow. So what's left, and what could possibly complete the mail day for me this week? Well, I gave you a little bit of a hint in a previous video where I said it was related to Pacific. So I'm going to quickly give you one final hint, and then I'll show you. And the hint is this. So we got 2 different versions of Cramer's Choice, 2 different years. So here's the Crown Royale, the large Cramer's Choice, and this is from 2000 Pacific. And these Cramer's Choice cards are just spectacular. I really love them, and the oversized one really lets you kind of see a lot happening with this one. This one I brought just because it's a really cool card, and obviously the bottom design is very similar, although it's 2 different brands that year. But this large one, and like I said, I do need to get top loaders for these, but I love this small one. These are actually numbered out of 299. And the large one here, this is the regular version. That one is unnumbered. But there were parallels of this, including this one. So this is the gold version. And it does come with a top loader, although I could use a cleaner one, but nonetheless. And as you can see down here at the bottom, this is numbered to 10. There is a 1-of-1 version that is the rarest one, and there's a few other colored versions of this. But I just thought this thing was spectacular, and when I saw it on eBay, I had to make a deal for it. Had to pick it up. That is just one cool looking card. And the back is the same, as you can see. And part of the reason I showed you the small one is if you can tell, they did change the picture up a little bit, but it was in the same year. But obviously, design-wise, it stays very, very true to the smaller size one as well. So I've got a couple more of these large ones to go, and then I'll have all the Cramer's Choice Award versions that Modano has. But it took me 20 years to get my hands on one of these numbered ones, and pretty good addition to the collection. So that'll do it for this week. A lot of really nice cards to add to the collection. I just wanted to show you kind of a little selection to finish it off. From the letter patch card to this one to finish off one rainbow, to this one to nearly finish off another rainbow, this one to get me started on potentially another one down the road, and a really nice patch card as well. So some really nice stuff. And there's still a couple of other, believe it or not, there's still some other really cool cards that haven't come in yet that I'm definitely going to enjoy kind of talking through with you a little bit. But this has been a really good day for the Mike Modano collection without question. So to kind of keep us on track, just as a way of kind of tracking the progress with the pickups on this mail day, and there were numerous, I'm actually at 1,283 different Mike Modano cards. So I'm really getting close to 1,300, and there's obviously some more stuff out there that hopefully will come in next week. Next week is going to be a little bit of a short week because the Monday is a holiday, but maybe that'll mean that we'll get the mail stacked up on a couple of the days, and I'm hoping to have a nice little mail day as well to get me over 1,300. The goal for the year is 1,400, so we're well on track for that. And obviously there's some stuff out at the ComC as well that hopefully will come in once the mail service is a little bit more normal. So I won't initiate that until we get to that stage. But I think that's it for me today. If you got any comments or questions, I'd be more than happy to reply to those. Otherwise, I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks very much.